Oh boy, this is gonna piss off a lot of people. But if you are willing to say the truth, you should also be ready to offend someone, even though that's not actually my intention. But Star Citizen is bad, and here's why. And before we're gonna start hitting this like button, and I know that some of you already did, I just wanted to say that this is the part 1 of the 2-part series where we're gonna touch why Star Citizen is bad, and then we're gonna touch why Star Citizen is good. In overall, it's the first video in a series of videos that we're gonna talk about different aspects of Star Citizen. And of course, most controversial is development as well. So without further ado, let's just get it started. And number 1, probably the most obvious one, the reason why Star Citizen is bad for me and for the most amount of people is, well, the most obvious one, of course. And let's get rid of it real quickly before the other reasons will come up. And it's, of course, it's performance. And I know that the performance is an issue for everyone, whether it's just a patch launch or even dip into its quarterly build, it's still an issue for the absolute majority. And only very few people who have very specific builds, and usually very powerful ones, can actually play this game comfortably. And even they cannot do this everywhere, because there are places in the game where, well, the game just, well, stops or crashes or does not work at all. That's just how it is. If you expect the game just work, it won't, because yep, game is in alpha stage. Alpha means that it's still work in progress. It's not in polishing stage, it's still work in progress, and all the features and everything, a game itself is being built ground up. So the performance in this game is absolutely bad. It's not just performance, it's also the crashing as well, and not working of the features. Performance usually implies that the game does not run in frame rate, it stutters, it slows down and things like that. But it's not just that. You have a constant glitches, you have constant pop-ins, you have constant disappearance of different objects around you, and even entire cities disappearance around you. You have non-functioning menus, and I don't even mean that in-game menus, I mean like settings menus. For example, sometimes I could not select a certain setting that I wanted. And of course, there are very frequent crashes, and yeah, crashes are biggest game killers for me, at least, because several times I actually found a group of people to play with in-game, which were actually kind enough to show me the game and show me the rope and show me the best parts of the game, but I was not able to complete the adventures with them because the game would constantly crash, and then I would have problems to reconnecting, and yeah, the issues like that persisting, and I don't mean near the patch launch times, which is the first few weeks after the wipe and patch will launch. The game is absolutely abysmal. I've been like, well, deep into, well, stable builds of an alpha build of the game. It's actually probably the biggest killer of the game for me, and it will be for most of you. So don't expect game to run well. If you don't have a patience, you just don't get this game. Next reason why the game is bad, because of its complexity. And yeah, before we're gonna jump up with the pitchforks on me, I don't mean that complex is bad. By complexity, I mean that game is not good at teaching you how to use different aspects of the game. So for example, when I first returned to the game a few months back, I didn't actually remember how to use the quantum drives and a quantum travel, and I didn't remember well how to, well, plot the routes and etc. And game actually did not explain it to me how to do that. I even started the tutorial again, and yep, nothing. The game just told me, yeah, use the quantum drive, plot the route, and get there. I had no idea what to do, and there were a lot of things that game is actually doing good job at teaching you, very basic things, but also other things that game is not doing a good job at teaching you. And because of this complexity, because the game is not very intuitive, because yeah, it's a very complex game, and you cannot be intuitive in the game of such complexity. It's simply impossible, and the intuitive nature that game already achieved is already a great fit, but I don't think that it can be even more intuitive. For that reason, it's just frustrating to play the game like that, at least for the gamers like me who want to just sit down, enjoy the game, and then move on to the other things to do. I always need to launch some YouTube videos, and thank God there are a lot of people who are making it good tutorials explaining every single detail of how to do. But yep, I should have needed 20 minutes to go to YouTube, watch tutorial, and then repeat whatever is happening, and then repeat this in the game, because I know that if I won't be playing this game for a month or two, I will still forget how to do that, and yep, it will go all over again. It would be good if the game had some kind of tutorial videos in the game. That would be great, like the menu in Mobiglass, where you just can run and just find the tutorial section. It will teach you different aspects of the game. That would have been amazing. Also, knowing that the game has a huge creator community behind it, it would probably not be even that difficult for CIG to achieve. The reason why it's bad, number 3, and yeah, it's not actually the reason to be bad, but it's the reason that why it will be bad for you, that it's actually less fun to play alone. Yes, of course, this is obvious one. I just wanted to say that this is obvious one because a lot of people will want to jump into game and play it alone. And despite what many of the Star Citizen fanboys will think, not everyone wants to play multiplayer. Not everyone wants to go through a hassle of finding someone to get into ship with you or get into mission with you, because not everyone have just time to play whenever they want, and their friends and or whomever it is to jump with them and just play whatever they want. Some of us have a bunch of other things to do, and all we want is just sit down and play for an hour, and we don't have time for other people to jump with us into the game. And for that reason, many people prefer to play it alone, and this time it is actually a bit less fun to play alone. I don't say that it's not fun, but yeah, it would be preferable if you could have some kind of NPC crew to help you and just do things with you. It would have been great, because yeah, otherwise it's quite lonely. It's quite peaceful as well, but it's quite lonely to play this game alone, and it's much leagues better to play it with someone, even with the performance issues that you have right now. The next reason why it's bad is, well, it has only one star system. I understand that it has only one system right now, but it's also asking money from people to buy this game right now, so that's why I'm putting this as a bad reason. Games competitors have already fleshed out star systems and entire universes, while this one still runs on a one star system. And you might be saying, oh, it's okay, they will finish it, but the game entered the second decade of its development. Second decade, and it's nowhere near to be finished, which we're gonna talk about in a second. So what does it have only one star system, even though they actually announced the second star system a while ago? And I think it should have around 100 at the end of development. I don't know. I understand that right now they're working on core game mechanics, and probably adding star systems later will not be that difficult of a task when the game works quite well. But at the moment, it's bad because it has one star system. Next reason is the game is actually less fun if you're gonna play it with your keyboard and mouse. I don't have any sticks, I don't have any throttles, and I do play this on my PC with the keyboard and mouse. And I actually tried this game on someone else's hot ass, or rather it was a host ass, and it was amazing. I just loved it. It was fantastic. And yeah, returning and playing this with the keyboard and mouse is much less fun. To be fair, if you do this, yeah, you are losing quite a huge chunk of the game's fun. I know it's not fair to call the game bad because you don't have sticks and throttles. I just wanted to build a proper expectation for the casual players who just want to jump into the game with keyboard or mouse or a controller. And on a controller, it's even worse, to be fair. Yeah, you can control your flying with 2 sticks, and it's maybe okay-ish fine, but it's still not. You have nowhere enough buttons to play with a controller. And yeah, to be fair, I don't have a flight sticks, and to be fair, that's the main reason why I'm not doing a full review of the game at the moment. Because I know that without it, I will not be doing this game justice. I don't have it now, and if I'll have it in the future, I will probably jump into the game and just be ready to fully review everything in the game. But until then, yeah, with the mouse and keyboard, game is meh. And last but not least, and probably this is the most important part, why this game is bad, or why the Star Citizen is bad, and it is nowhere near to be finished. It's nowhere near to be done. And I cannot stand when people are advertising this as a finished and great experience when it's not. It's like trying to advertise the paid demo of the game and telling you, oh, this game is amazing, while you have only played the demo of the game. This is not even a shadow of what the game was supposed to be. Or even worse, it's not even a shadow of what this game was hyped to be by developers themselves. This is not. And I cannot stand all of those people who are trying to market this game like this amazing experience while also trying to market their creator codes. And I still have to see a lot of different reviewers who actually took a look and reviewed the game, which are into Star Citizen, and did not promote their creator code. Because the moment someone is promoting the creator code, I know, okay, yep, you will say mostly good things because, yep, you have your interest there. And I don't like that. The game is nowhere near to be finished. What you see right now, even though it's pretty great, I will not take away the achievement of this game with an amount of details and with the amount of things that this game is achieving. I will never take away this. But this is not the game that we were promised, and this game will not be finished at least until 2030s. I can guarantee you that with this speed, this game will not be finished until 2030s. And I'm absolutely sure that if the game will actually deliver everything that they say, or even if they will deliver half of the things that they said, one half of the things they said, this game will be the best game ever, period. But right now, yep, this game is nowhere near to be ready, and I will not stand people comparing this to the finished experiences, even the bad finished experiences. This is not fair, neither for this game and neither for that games. This game right now, alpha stage, is a developer build made to test the game or test the different aspects of the game. The fact that they're asking money for this, it's just the thing that they can get away with this. People are paying money, so why wouldn't they ask it? It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly understandable. But this is not a finished game, and this is nowhere near to the finished game, and this is not even a finished demo of the game. And I know this will piss a lot of people, and yep, it's perfectly fine. I understand that you love it, you played a lot, and it's okay. I don't say that you should not play it. You absolutely, if you enjoy it, you absolutely should play it. But yeah, don't go around advertising this thing as the best game ever, because it's not, at least not yet. And speaking of the best things ever, we're gonna talk about the good parts, the real good parts, in the second part of the series. Until then, this should be for today. Thank you for being here with me. Like the video if you like it, subscribe for more videos like this one. I'm gonna see you in the next one. See ya.